News out today. CNN headline: YouTube is making changes to its recommendation algorithm, which serves up new videos for users to watch in an effort to crack down on the spread of conspiracy theories on its platform. Out of CNN, YouTube says it will crack down on recommending conspiracy videos, as if they weren't doing that already. So we got good old Brian Stelter and this other guy, I can't remember his name, but he's a demon for censorship, talking all about it. They got a video here, but we won't play that. YouTube is making changes to its recommendation algorithm. In a blog post, Google company said it would start reducing its recommendations of what they call, quote, borderline content in videos that may misinform users in, quote, harmful ways. This is it's already past Orwellian. How much more are we going to take? This is going to be like the end of the truth on YouTube. It used to be YouTube. Now it's ThemeTube. Only mainstream media is allowed. No independent content creators. You go against the establishment mainstream MSN narrative and you're blocked, banned, shadow banned, censored, all the above. They call borderline content includes videos featuring fake miracle cures for serious diseases, claiming the earth is flat, and then associating that with making blatantly false claims about historic events such as 9/11. So you hear that? No more 9/11 conspiracies on YouTube. You got to believe the official story. Doesn't matter what kind of content, as long as they look at it and say, that's a conspiracy theory, it's gone. And it's already been happening to me. They did not provide further examples, so the only examples they gave is Earth is flat and 9/11. It makes me think that the flat earther bots all over are even more part of some kind of psyop with trolls. YouTube has long faced criticism for allowing misinformation, conspiracy theories, and extremist views to spread on its platform. Yeah, from CNN and mainstream media who don't like the competition. They make it seem like, they're getting criticism. It's them criticizing it. They want to get rid of their competition and be a total oligarchy of a cartel of media companies. They have been pushed toward increasingly fringe and conspiracist content. They're not allowed to say that David Hogg is an actor, even though he was in the drama class. He was doing interviews everywhere. We're not allowed to question anything he says. What if they are hiring actors? If we're not allowed to question things, they can pull off crazy stunts and just pull off hoaxes on people. People will pull off hoaxes. There's no such thing that hoaxes don't exist. YouTube has also faced backlash for running ads. They're trying to put us out of business and remove all incentive for making videos. Independent news media, they say running ads. A CNN investigation last year found 300 companies on YouTube channels promoting white nationalists, Nazis, pedophilia, conspiracy theories, and North Korean propaganda. So no ads for whatever they decide is a conspiracy theory. And of course, the left calls anybody that's a Trump supporter a Nazi and a white nationalist. And of course, they mix all that in with pedophilia. I mean, look at the associations, what they're conflating. YouTube said Friday's move would apply to less than 1% to content. Oh, it's no big deal. Don't worry about it to the masses. It's only 1%, the fringe people that we're going to censor their free speech. Yeah, the only people smart enough to see the truth on a lot of things. YouTube says, quote, we think this change strikes a balance between maintaining a platform for free speech and living up to our responsibility to users. What kind of world are we living in? A bizarro world where censoring whatever they call a conspiracy is maintaining a platform for free speech. YouTube needs to go out of business. We need to go march on YouTube. When are we going to march on YouTube? I'm ready. I'm sick of this. They say, it's only a very small set of videos in the US that they're going to censor. Don't you worry about it. And then YouTube took other steps in the past. I'll show those in a second. One of the things they did was information clues. This is so despicable. Here's BuzzFeed talking about all these investigations into whatever they call as a hate group. All just begging and lobbying it for YouTube to censor all of independent media just so they have their mainstream media gatekeeper monopoly. Here's the New York Times. YouTube moves to make conspiracy videos harder to find. This was a long time ago. This was when they were putting videos in limited state, which they've already been doing a whole lot. I'll show you an example of this. All these videos I've done with Christopher Bolin, a top-selling author on Amazon, researcher of 9/11. They just have his name keyworded. So all these videos, this latest one I did, Christopher Bolin, No More News, discuss 9/11 news, just big stuff that's in the news, the hacking, the grand jury, 12 down thumbs, 170 up. It was censored right away. 622 thumbs up, 12 down. So it's clear what the users are saying. And look at that video, limited state. No recommended videos. You can't link back to No More News. You can't comment. You can't see how popular it is. There's no view count. You can't embed it into websites. You can't share it normally with the normal share functions. And every one of Bolin's videos is like that. This one, 9/11 Truth, 17 years later. Again, 1 thumbs down. I posted this at 5 a.m. my time, early in the morning, and it was censored within 30 minutes. Somebody couldn't even have finished the whole video and it was already brought down. Nothing in this video. It's us sitting in the park. Sitting in the park gets censored just talking about 9/11. Again, 1 thumbs down and it gets censored. How is this getting pulled down with 1 thumbs down? Next one. Here's a presentation Bolin gives all around the country. Christopher Bolin explains who really did 9/11. This whole presentation is filled with fact-based, verifiable sources that you can go fact-check yourself. But they censor it. Look at this. 119 thumbs down to 3,200 thumbs up. Is this what the users want? No video should be able to be taken down unless it specifically violates the rule, a legitimate rule, and then you prove where that rule is broken. And I think it should have like a strong thumbs down rating. Otherwise, I mean, no videos with 90+% thumbs up ratio should be being censored. But Christopher Bolin explains who did 9/11. 120,000 views. It was up for a long time. That one, censored as well. All the same, all limited state. You search it in the title, it won't come up. It's completely suppressed. This is criminal. It should be an even playing field. You can't just promote some info and bury other info and call it conspiracy and never have an honest conversation about it. And I think I have one more. Yeah, another one we just did. This is censored as well. What do we have here? This is YouTube will isolate offensive videos that don't violate policies. So it doesn't violate policies. It doesn't even get a lot of thumbs down. Just maybe somebody has to flag it, or the ADL or some kind of trusted flagger program at YouTube just decides, off their personal bias that they're going to pull something down and censor my free speech, my right to speak to the public forum, the public sphere. That's where all conversation is having place. Google and YouTube are a monopoly of internet streaming. There's no alternative. Will.i.am was just in the news saying that the other day. And now we're going to get to some of the other censorship. Of course, if they're censoring conspiracy theories, they're going to be censoring anti-Semitism too. They're trying to pass the you can't boycott Israel laws. They're trying to pass the new Anti-Semitism Awareness Act. All these anti-free speech and loyalty pledges to Israel. They're trying to finally enact the Noahide laws, I believe, that Bush put into law in the early 90s, where it says that you cannot speak negatively about anything about Torah, the New Temple, anything Judaism, anything. Go look at the website on the State Department. They list out all the stuff that we're not going to be able to say soon enough. And they never have an honest conversation. Anti-Semitism doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's a reaction to Jewish behavior. You can't just dismiss it without an honest conversation as a conspiracy theory. That's not how you do things. Again, Huffington Post, Abe Foxman from the ADL. Conspiracy theories, anti-Semitism, and the delegitimization of Israel. ADL is involved with all of Silicon Valley, as well as in the Al Jazeera documentary about the Jewish lobby. It said they were bragging in undercover footage how they're fully integrated with the most advanced Israeli software to monitor and spy on and implement their bots, Cambridge Analytica, Psy Group, all this stuff to interfere online. And really, Google has the ability with their algorithms to sway public opinion, to create false consensuses, all types of stuff. But the ADL, B'nai B'rith Jewish Group, has a monopoly in charge of regulating all of the speech on the internet. Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Twitter, and the ADL announced lab to engineer new solutions to stop cyber hate. That's back in 2017. They got the hate index, the artificial intelligence machine learning program that they're using with all of these social media companies, and which, by the way, have all their R&D and buildings over in Tel Aviv. The hate index, The artificial intelligence here's time ADL tackles online hate speech with Silicon Valley Command Center. How do we have a group that's a Jewish group, B'nai B'rith of ADL, in charge of regulating all the free speech for the whole world? How does that happen? They have bias. They don't want us to criticize their home country. We're not allowed to criticize anything they say, and they're just incrementally more and more boiling the frog. We're not going to be able to say anything online anymore. This is getting so evil and dangerous. Stop the cancer of online hate, ADL tells social media execs. Yeah, I want to stop the cancer of your censorship, trying to suppress free speech of everybody else and independent, legitimate journalism. Yahoo, this is back in 2018 early. YouTube tries to crack down on conspiracy videos. This has been going on. They can't deal with the competition. They can't deal with real independent journalism. Here's CNN. YouTube says it has a plan to stem the flow of misinformation from videos. Little Brian Stelter at CNN is behind that one too. USA Today. YouTube is cracking down on, quote, fake news with new text previews. It's this stupid thing that they have. You can see it on this Bolin video here. I believe this one, where is it? It's the Bolin video, anti-war activists at the beach. Look at this. It's the little text window, as if they think that people are just going to see these little blurbs that they put. Look, it doesn't even say 9/11 in the title here. Powerful interview with anti-war author Christopher Bolin, but yet they're telling us, don't listen to these guys online, what they're talking about. Trust Encyclopedia Britannica or Wikipedia to get the truth about September 11th, the 19 Islamic hijackers, the terrorist attack by bin Laden, that the official story shoving down your throat. So YouTube is cracking down with those little information blurbs, as if that's not working. This is around the time of Jake Morphonios' videos from Blackstone Intelligence. He went and reported about the Las Vegas shooting, and his videos went viral. They tried to smear him and lie about him. And here's the Guardian YouTube to crack down on fake news backing, quote, authoritative sources. As if the mainstream media, the multinational cartel conglomerate of all these big companies, consolidated power, as if they're not gatekeepers enough and don't have enough in an advantage over people like me that just barely get any donations to get by to put out YouTube videos about the news. As if they don't have enough an advantage already, they're going to bury us with the algorithms even more. This is so dangerous, a violation of free speech. YouTube needs to be put out of business. We need lawsuits, class action, YouTube to crack down on fake news, backing mainstream media. And now Luke Rudkowski just showed it recently. He went over to France and had some videos that had a ton of views on the streets, his reporting of what's happening with the Yellow Vest movement. And then, but you Google it and YouTube it, and all they show is New York Times and Washington Post and all the top, three-letter networks essentially, and all the establishment media. They're promoted to the top, even though they have way less views than We Are Change had. And this is not an endorsement of We Are Change. It's just an example of how independent media is being suppressed. ADL applauds Google and YouTube in expanding initiative to fight online hate. Applauds Google. So Google and YouTube are doing exactly what the ADL of B'nai B'rith, the Anti-Defamation League, formerly known as the ADL of B'nai B'rith. B'nai B'rith is the oldest Jewish service organization in the world, committed to the security and continuity of the Jewish people and the state of Israel, combating anti-Semitism and bigotry. They are foreign spies. They're foreign spies working for Israel, trying to suppress all information that's critical of them. This is so criminal that these guys are in charge of social media regulating speech. The YouTube algorithms need to be fair. It needs to be whatever gets the most comments, the most thumbs up, the most shares gets seen. It has to be a fair, even playing field. Otherwise, it's just pure promotion of the mainstream media narratives. So anyway, guys, to help bypass this censorship, make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Check out the playlist, Zionism Exposed. Who Runs the Internet is an important one. Stop Propaganda and Censorship Now, another very important one about this issue. The Jerusalem Conspiracy gets into it a bit. And then make sure to go to my subscribe to my backup channel. I mean, it clear as day they're trying to put us out of business now. Check out my new documentary here. It's available on BitChute. It was censored right away off of YouTube. And if you want to help me out and support more content like this and bring you more videos, sign up for the email address here in case I'm censored. Donate button here. Thank you all for all the support. Very motivating and humbling and keeping me going to expose all this insanity. I'm Adam Green with No More News. You guys stay well, and I'll see you in the next video.